Hello and welcome to The Print. I am Samah Qundeel. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia has died at the age of 80. This ends one of the most consequential and controversial political careers in the country's history. Khaleda Zia was Bangladesh's first female Prime Minister, a two-time elected leader, and for more than 3 decades, one half of the country's defining political rivalry, the other being Sheikh Hasina. Khaleda Zia was born in 1945 in West Bengal, then part of British India. After the partition, her family moved to what would later become Bangladesh. At 15, she married Ziaur Rahman, a young army officer who would go on to play a central role in Bangladesh's independence movement. In 1971, Ziaur Rahman joined the rebellion against the West Pakistani forces and declared Bangladesh's independence on the radio, a moment etched into the country's national memory. In 1977, after a period of military rule, Ziaur Rahman became president of Bangladesh. He reintroduced political parties and a free press, but his presidency was also marked by repeated coup attempts and brutal crackdowns within the military. In 1981, he was assassinated in Chittagong. Until that point, Khaleda Zia had lived largely outside public life, often described as a shy housewife devoted to her 2 sons. His assassination changed everything. After her husband's death, Khaleda Zia joined the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or the BNP, the party Ziaur Rahman had founded. Within a few years, she rose to become its vice chairperson and then its most prominent leader. When Bangladesh fell under military dictatorship in 1982, Khaleda Zia emerged as a key face of the pro-democracy movement. She organized rallies, strikes, and mass protests, even while facing house arrests and political restrictions. In 1991, following democratic elections, Khaleda Zia became Prime Minister of Bangladesh, the country's first woman to hold the office. During her first term, she made primary education free and compulsory, a major step in a country where educational access was deeply limited. But 5 years later, she lost power to Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Bangladesh's first president. Thus began one of South Asia's most enduring political rivalries. Khaleda Zia returned to power in 2001, leading an alliance that won nearly 2/3 of parliament. In her second term, she pushed through a constitutional amendment reserving 45 seats for women in the legislature and expanded programs focused on women's education. But this period was also marked by growing allegations of corruption, political violence, and Islamist influence. In 2006, she stepped down ahead of elections. But political unrest led to military intervention once again. An interim government cracked down on corruption across party lines. In 2007, Khaleda Zia was arrested on multiple corruption and extortion charges. She spent years in prison or under house arrest while also battling serious health problems. In 2018, she was convicted of embezzling funds meant for an orphanage trust, a conviction that barred her from holding public office. She denied all charges, calling them politically motivated. In 2024, everything changed. Mass protests over government quotas and deadly crackdowns triggered a nationwide uprising, leading to Sheikh Hasina's ouster. The interim government that followed ordered Khaleda Zia's release, acquitted her in the case, unfroze her bank accounts, and lifted travel restrictions. On the early morning of December 30, 2025, Khaleda Zia died in Dhaka after months of illness. She is survived by her eldest son, Tariq Rahman, who has returned to Bangladesh after years in exile and is widely seen as a potential future leader. Thank you for watching. For more such content, follow The Print.